Meanwhile, Liberal Kingdom, location unknown. This is an ominous-looking base. It looks way more tricked out than the fortresses we explored, you know? It's a pretty scary, like, airship, too. It's got Gatling guns mounted on it. I have some thoughts about the training exercise. I'll get back to that after all this business. Oh no, an evil child? Oh dear.
Oh, what a lovely little hideaway. The professor's taste remains excellent, as always.
Oh, someone's like, "You're late, Campanella." I don't know who this is. Whoa!
Why, Mr. Blade Lord, hello! It's been so very long. The last 6 months were so dreadfully dreary without you.
I doubt you mean that. I understand you handled the attacks on those bracer guilds in Erebonia.
Low, I guess. Alright.
You must have enjoyed playing with Cassius Bright.
Ah, you heard about that already? Oh, there goes half my fun.
Okay, so this is a setup of the bad guys, right? They're giving us a glimpse into Ouroboros, I believe. So this is the bad guy crew. Like, I believe Campanella was the guy causing all the ruckus that drew Cassius Bright out of Liberal for the events of first chapter, you know, is what they're implying here. I get it.
But oh yes, the man was incredible. There's no way he could have known about me, and yet he always managed to put together a proper counter to everything I did. As a result, I broke one of our Jaeger Corps, I'm afraid.
You broke Jester, huh? I did train them to some degree, but normal men do have their limits. I suppose throwing them up against the Divine Blade was too much to ask of such men.
But hey, I managed to keep him tied up until your little sabotage mission was completed. So all's well that ends well. Ah, wait. I'm sorry. You were looking forward to having fun with him yourself, weren't you?
A little. But the blade has been bound by the chains of duty. There's no longer any hope of stopping us through official means. He is no longer a threat.
Oh, he's talking about Cassius still. Cassius is tied up in bureaucracy or something? Okay.
Looks like the professor's plan succeeded brilliantly. The other members are already in Liberal, then?
Yes. We all conferred for the first time yesterday. Bleu Blanc has apparently been here for a while, however. The Phantom Thief, the Dire Wolf, the Bewitching Bell, and the Angel of Slaughter.
My god, what a crew. Wasn't there a Master Thief guy in the previous game, the Phantom Thief? Would that be Bleu Blanc then? I don't know.
All of them powerful, and not a normal one in the lot.
Mind you, you're not exactly one to be talking on that score, eh? Oh, speaking of the hopelessly crazy, what about him? Is he still playing hard to get? This is going to be so much fun. Cut of all the enforcers, he's the finest undercover operative we have. Well, had. I wonder how long he can evade the sight of the Blade Lord and the Faceless.
Okay, if I had to make a guess, they're talking about Joshua here, right? Since, as we know, Joshua was a Ouroboros operative, a deep cover plant, indeed. Sounds like Joshua, if that's correct, Joshua is playing keep away from these guys then, maybe? Rather than, like, going back to them? Which is good. I would have been, I don't know why, but some part of me was like, he's gonna go back to team up with these guys? But yeah, why would he honestly do that? Trying to hide himself from everybody probably makes the most sense. I mean, it's not sensible, but, in Joshua's distraught state, it makes sense,
In his heart, he abandoned the society years ago, with all that entails. I doubt he'll be able to pose any real threat.
Oh, now someone's like, no, I'm not sure I'd say that. I don't know who this one is. Oh, could it actually be? Yes. Immediately I was like, hold on. This guy, of course. Weissman. Okay. I think, I don't know. That was not his name in the previous game, but now that I think about it, I think Joshua may have dropped, that name during the big revelations at the end of the game. So, okay. Oh, so he is not playing around anymore. Not playing the kindly professor now, is he, huh? I almost would not have recognized him, but his sprite is the same, I'm pretty sure. So I'm pretty sure this is Professor Alba, I think it was, yeah?
Hello, Campanella. Good of you to come all this way. You have my sincere thanks for your excellent work in delaying Cassius Bright.
It was no trouble. It was a fun bit of work, in fact. Speaking of fun, though, I must say, I've taken a look at your plan. Seems like you're preparing to have quite a lot of fun.
Well. Such praise from the fool. I'm flattered.
Everyone's got these edgy titles, too. This is a real edgelord team. I don't know. The fun vibes of first chapter, I feel them melting once this team was revealed. I kind of already felt it when they had that, splash of all the bad guys during the opening cutscene. The big opening show, spoilery opening, animation thing. I've mercifully forgotten everybody who was there of the villains, so I don't think I'll be spoiled by other villain reveals, but I remember being like, oh, look at this villain team. Oh boy, so edgy.
I think you'll find it to be even more enjoyable in practice. Compounding your delight will be the fact that everyone participating is pursuing their own individual goals as well. Myself included, of course. Even our fine, silver-haired friend here has his own plans in mind. I won't deny it. I'll kindly ask you not to imply anything about my loyalty, however. No, it was simply a jest, nothing more.
Oh, I see. There's more than meets the eye here. I do so love such games. Well, either way, your bad taste has a special kind of artistry to it, Professor. As for me, I'm gonna make sure I enjoy myself.
Come now, bad taste. You wound me. Regardless, you're free to watch the plan unfold to your heart's content. You are, after all, a representative of the Grandmaster.
Oh my god. The layers and layers of this group.
Oh, I intend to. And so, Enforcer number 0, Campanella the Fool, enters the audience. Well, Weissman, I shall enjoy watching the Angui's gospel plan unfold to the very end.
Oh, man. I don't know, maybe I was already in a tilted state after the rough boss fight and the twists, but now being hit with this stuff. Okay, the Erebonian border, 120 cells from the Liberalian border. Oh, is that the Capuas? Oh, it is, I'm pretty sure. Oh, that's awesome. I love these guys. Good. Some good vibes, fun villains. After that mega edgelord team there. I love it. Also, did you see, I forget his name, Flash Step there when he came on screen, That was rather funny. The girl was Gisette, and I think he's an older brother. He's not a dad. He's Dawn. I forget what the brother's name was. Kyle, maybe? Whoa! Hold on now.
Karen, I'm home. Hey. Hey!
It's more like that. It's more a shout.
Hey! Joshua, where did you go?
Interesting, he's teaming up with these guys. That's unexpected. Wow.
Phew! Good. Here you are. Sheesh! Don't freak me out like that. Running off on your own.
Why did you follow me? I told you, I have personal business here, and you did not need to come. Oh, look at his dull eyes. He did always have a bit dull eyes, though, but I'm really feeling that energy there now. Also, cool scarf. I love it.
Oh, thanks. Real cute with the gratitude there. And after I ran out here to look for you.
Yeah, it was Kyle. Whew, I remember. Yeah, plus being all, hey, mind your own business? That's like asking us to follow you. Don't quite get the interest, though. Nothing but burned out shells and ruins here. Place looks old, too.
We lived up on the Northern March a few years back, but I never heard anything about a town in the south burning to the ground. Bit of a shock, this. What was this village called, lad?
Hamel. That's what it was called. Once.
Hamel? Never heard of it. Kyle, you ever heard of it?
Doesn't ring any bells, I'm afraid. You got anything, Don? Anything?
God, man, I'm trying to do the real New York mobster thing here, but I'm doing bad at it.
You got anything, Don? Hang on about a second. The Imperial government might have said something about a Hamel way back when. Nah, been too long. Can't remember what it was about.
Real help, bro. Thanks.
My business here is done. I thank you for coming out here, even though it doesn't really concern you.
Well, it's no big, but mind if I ask you something? You're acting way differently than the first time we met. You aren't leading us on anything, are ya?
That's a little ironic, coming from you. That's super true! Gisette playing us the way she did. Very good, yeah. I still love that she was a bad guy. I really, I talked about that way too long during first chapter. How it was a good setup with my previous expectations, and it lowered my guard for my Chloe expectations. You know, great. I'm just still remembering that warmly. As I seem to recall, you were putting on quite the performance when we first met. What I used to do was not really all that different.
What? So, what? Is this the real you or something?
The real me. If you want to think of it that way, you can. The point is, I'm hardly a bracer any longer. And I'm certainly not the young junior bracer you remember.
We're obviously missing some details, but I can respect the fact that you have your own reasons for doing what you do. Besides, you seem a bit easier to trust now, what with being more honest, in a way. Not quite like before when you were wearing a sheep's skin, I guess you'd call it. Besides, we owe you for saving us from the Royal Army. We'll let your little insolences slide for now.
You hardly need to let anything slide. I saved you because I require some useful pawns. All I need is for you to work enough to pay that debt back.
You really have a thing for getting the last word in, don't you? Well, it doesn't matter to us. Your plan is exactly what we needed anyway. We'll be making plenty of use of you, too, Mr. Chessmaster.
As you wish. Simply remaining in my company puts you in a great deal of danger. I will support you to the best of my ability through what is to come. To the best of... Ungrateful, unreliable, and uncute. And to think I thought even for a second. Eh? Yeah, shut it! Just drop it, okay?
Josette, calm down. The point is, we're allies until we all achieve our goals. We'll be counting on you, Joshua.
Yes, as am I, with you.
Well, shall we head out?
Yes, let's return. To the land being swallowed by the creeping shadow. To Liberl.
Oh my god. That was just a prologue, and they hit me with some hard stuff there. Well, to be honest, the training exercise stuff was pretty standard prologue stuff, though, so that one wasn't making me go nuts. Yes, save, please, good lord. Hope I didn't gimp myself from the future of the game by how much resources I expended to beat that Jaeger. We'll see how it goes. Oh, the sealed area! The final dungeon of the first game. Fascinating. And is that the... Oh no. He was only at the beginning of the game. I don't remember his name. Father Kevin. Yeah. Oh no, what was his voice like? He was. I was trying to do a really terrible Crimson Ruse impression. Okay, let me get into that voice a little bit here. Okay, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think I can do it. Yeah. Ay Dios, that was one heck of a trip. It's a bit of a pun. Dios mío. If it's much further, I think my legs are gonna pop off. Captain Schwartz! Julia! Oh, she's... Oh, all the cool characters are coming back. I love this. Well, you can relax now. This is the lowest floor of the sealed area. Wait, really? Ah, thank the goddess. If you told me we were only halfway down, I think I might have been floating off to meet her right about now. Really, Father Kevin, you're being a little too humble. I can tell you're extremely well trained for a priest. If you were not, I doubt you could do the job you do. Kazing! Read like a book. A children's book and that. Well, if it's no big, if you figured it out. We're close to the Von Osleys family anyway. Oh, speaking of my job, that thing the mayor of Rouen had. Ah, the Kronos Rod. Oh, hold on. The mayor of Rouen. Was Rouen the ocean town where the mayor was the bad guy and, like, what turned out to be the villain behind the super 80s real estate stealing plot? He did have, like, some kind of, like, ancient artifact that froze all of us. I remember that now. Okay. In accordance with our pact, it's being kept safely secured using the prescribed methods. We can hand it off to you whenever you wish. Perfect, thanks. So anyway, the thing we discussed earlier. Mind showing it to me? It's down here, right? Yes, follow me. Man, I feel like I did his voice better the first episode, but it's been a while. He hasn't been here for a while, so I gotta get back in the groove a little bit here, you know? Oh, cool! The final boss, the Reverie. I was half considering the final episode of the first chapter naming Trails into Reverie as a pun, because there's an actual installment in the series called Trails into Reverie, or Trails into Reveries, but I thought it wasn't a good enough final episode title, so I gave up on that, but just so you know. Well now, would you look at this? I imagine even the church will have difficulty deciding what to do with this, yes? This sort of artifact isn't so much big as it is gargantuan. Huh. You mind if I take a closer look? As you like. The Queen has given her permission. Please, if you understand any of this, share your thoughts. That was a pretty rough boss, but, that was a final boss, so I appreciated the challenge there. I'm just glad I took that out in one fight. It was a super long fight. I would have hated to get a game over on that showdown.
So, this is the Ring Guardian that was in the report, huh? It's kind of similar to the archaism excavated in Calvard, but, wish I could have seen it moving. And this...
That was the control thing that Colonel Richard was using, I think?
This thing's an artifact from the last years of the ancient Zamurian civilization, which makes it at least 1,200 years old. It's clearly the core of the structure, but there's no clear indication as to what it actually does.
Analysis of artifacts seems to be impossible with modern tools. They work on the same principle and energy as an orbiment, but their internal structure is entirely different from an orbiment's. That's what Professor Russell told us, at least.
The church refers to these as gifts from the goddess, given too early. And over here is...
This is really neat, though, that this all wasn't ignored, Like, this soon we're coming back to the scene of all this craziness that was happening at the end of the last game, and, it's being explored. I really like that.
So, just after the black orbment you called the Gospel was used, all the giant pillars that were in here were set into the floor?
Yes, all 4 pillars were set into the floor, like this one. Even 2 months later, we're not even sure what it means, if anything.
Okay, so a seal on the aureole, Gospel, was used. And then the device in here spoke of device towers and a second barrier. Now, I think I'm starting to see what kind of system is at work here.
Oh, system? What system? There's nothing else here.
Well, call it gut instinct at this point, but I think this was some sort of gate.
Gate?
Bingo! Call it a gate on the trail that leads to the goddess's treasure. And a thing that opens it is a black key called a Gospel. If you think about it like that, the aureole being AWOL makes a lot more sense.
But where's this trail of yours, then? This is the lowest floor. Oh my god, they talked about trails, you guys. Is this like a low-key title drop or somehow? I don't know. I'm spooked. That'd be amazing if, every trail installment, whenever they change the trail's title, there's a new meaning for the word trail. Maybe this trail leads to the sky. Oh my god, if Kevin says that right now, it's gonna be nuts. According to the professor, the ruins extend no further.
Think a little less literally. It's not a trail you see with your eyes or normally walk. It could be the septium veins that run through the earth, or maybe it's some route we can't even imagine. But that's where we'll find a clue that will lead to the aureole.
Ominous. Chapter 1, Sneaking Shadows. Alright, sneaking mission. Mission accepted. Jeez Louise, everybody. So much stuff going on. This whole episode is like one cutscene, but that's how this game rocks, yeah, with all this stuff going on. Cool. We're back to Gransel, huh? Is this that? Please be our team by now. I've loved these, revelations, but I'd really love it if... Yep, it's our team now.
Whew! Being on an airship for over half a day is kind of tiring, right? I know how to stretch our legs, though. Let's go report the completion of our training and duty readiness. Estelle? Hello?
Oh, yeah, you're right. We should go say hi to Elnan.
Hey, are you... Estelle, you've got a case of the nerves, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I don't know why, either. I didn't feel this way at all before I went to training, but now... Somehow, thinking that I'm really gonna be a full bracer now is making me really, really antsy.
I get it. You're trembling with excitement, I bet.
Excitement? Huh?
You've grown way stronger over this past month, Estelle. And not just in, the whacking stuff of the stick department. You're more knowledgeable, careful, and you make better judgments. And now you're about to start hunting down the mystery creepos who want to doom us all or whatever. And you're gonna bring Joshua back. I bet all that's only just now sinking in for you.
Huh. Yeah. When you put it that way, that is how I'm feeling. I'm such a dimwit. I'm like a mountain climber who didn't even bother looking up at how big the mountain before her is.
Any second thoughts about climbing it?
No way. If anything, I'm even more fired up now than I used to be. No matter how big a mountain is, you can only climb it one step at a time anyway. Even if I have to crawl, I'll reach the top no matter what.
That's more like it. Okay, are we gonna head over to the guild?
Let's go! Oh, okay. Flash step here, huh? That's quick. I thought we'd now have a break to walk around a little bit in town, but no. I see. The both of you have done well. Well then, here's your reward, based on your performance during training. Huh? We get paid for training? Not that I'll complain, but are you sure? Naturally. It is part of your job, after all. It won't be a problem so long as you put your new skills to good use for the guild. Right, I'll do my best. Alright, let's see what kind of payment we get. Could have been a little bit more, man. We were making more money previously. My thing is, I would really like to go buy a new weapon after my failure to find my old weapons. Or let's at least see what our situation is. So we're G-class bracers, huh? Oh. We're gonna really have to get a work cut out for us to get to A rank then. Unless we want to suffer like G did. It does seem like you two had quite a fulfilling training period. You even carry yourselves differently. It was! I learned a lot.
If I ever get the chance, I'd love to go again.
I'm glad to hear it. Speaking of which, Kurt and the others remain at the training grounds, correct? Yeah. Karna and Grant are doing some expert level stuff, I think. They said they won't be back for a while.
I think I get what Elnan is poking at, though. The guild's down 3 full-skilled bracers now. We're gonna be really busy from now on. Then on top of that, Cassius is still devoting all his time to the military, right?
Oh yeah! If I remember right, he's currently working out of Lyston Fortress. Cassius, Brigadier General Bright, has been welcomed back into the army and is now the head of a military command. He's essentially the head of Her Majesty's Royal Army at this point. What? He's the head of the army now? I thought General Morgan had that position. As I understand it, that was the original idea, but Morgan himself proposed giving Cassius full reign. He seems to be entrusting the future of the army to your father, Estelle. The future? Entrusted to Dad? Well, we're doomed then.
Well, I can see Cassius being given that much responsibility, you know. That's gonna mean we're down to That's gonna mean we're down our S-rank hero too, though.
Oh man, I forgot that there's an S rank. I was thinking of just getting to A rank. Can I make it to S? That's a mountain to climb. I think it's safe to say we'll have plenty of support from the military from now on. However, that's true, right? We were a little bit at odds with the military previously, but yeah, with an S-rank bracer running things, that's gotta help out a little bit, right? At the same time, we have new threats to concern ourselves with. Huh? Right. You mean the Society. Did they start to do stuff while we were away? No, they've done nothing obvious. But that is admittedly how they work. What has happened are several strange occurrences over the past month. One example would be the changes in the wild beasts and monsters in various regions. Oh, this is gonna be the excuse for why the enemies are now way tougher to equal our, super high level? Oh no. The monsters have changed?
Do you mind defining change, Elnan? I hope it isn't what I think it is.
To start with, heretofore undocumented types of monsters are showing up all across the country. Even the existing monsters have become far more vicious and powerful. Travel has become significantly more dangerous. No one has been able to put forward an explanation as to why this is happening.
So every beastie out there is nasty or just cause? Oh man.
Yeah, I'm surprised they bothered justifying this. I would have completely overlooked the fact that suddenly all the starter enemies were mega tough, but whatever.
It's definitely the Society's doing. They're trying to turn us all into monster kibble.
Calm yourself, Annalise. We still don't have enough evidence to be certain of anything. We do know one thing, though. Things definitely began happening after the Queen's birthday celebrations. That we know for certain. The first reports came in practically the day after.
Aw, crap.
Don't look so glum. We've actually been formulating a response of sorts. And I'd very much like for the two of you to be a part of it. A response? Ooh, I wonder who this is. You two are here already. I wanted to meet you at the port. This could be anybody. There's so many characters. My guess, Shara. We need another bracer at this point, another party member. So, Shara is my guess. Hell yeah! Oh, and... I can't believe I forgot his name. This isn't a case of, like, Grant, where he wasn't important. Agate! Oh my god. I completely blanked on Agate's name for a minute there. He was, like, really important to everything. Well, actually, he wasn't super central to the plot in, like, terms of, like, plot twists being centered on him, but he was very central in many parts, so that's really embarrassing that I just blanked on what Agate's name was. Wow. Oh, I'm really out of my game, aren't I? Oh well, it's fine.
Shara!
And Agate, too! This is, surprise? Welcome back, you two. It's good to see you. You two got back sooner than I thought.
I'm really happy to see you too, Shara. And Agate, hi!
It's been a while, huh? Well, that was pretty kind from Estelle, too. They weren't always the happiest of friends, obviously, but yeah, that's about as cordial as you can get. Yeah, I think the last time we saw each other was during the Queen's birthday shindig. The old man told me about Joshua, and I'd heard you were pretty broken up over it. And you seem back on your feet already, yeah? Yeah, mostly. More to the point, though, why are you two together?
Good question. I should get a camera. This is like seeing a king penguin.
That was a boss in the previous game, right? I didn't think to photograph it, but whatever. Oh, really? It isn't that rare, you two. Gotta admit we don't work together that often, Sherazard. Actually, Sherazard and Agate are here to begin a special mission. I asked them to come here today for a specific reason. A mission? Indeed. They will be tasked with investigating the Society of Ouroboros. What?
Wait, like chasing down their agents and stuff? Isn't that dangerous?
I wish it was that exciting. Investigating might be a little too specific, though. We're barely even certain the Society exists at this point, you realize, despite what Cassius says. We're gonna be wandering all across Libero, keeping an eye out for anything resembling a secret society bent on world domination. Man, when you put it that way, it just sounds completely silly, Agate. This is probably not gonna be the most exciting job ever, is the point. Oh, I get it. I guess groping around in the dark is the best we can do right now, huh? So I'm guessing you want us to tag along?
Yes, I'd like to assign the two of you to assist Sherazard and Agate.
Okay, I was wondering what we were gonna do, because we don't actually have any really good leads on tracking the Society of Ouroboros. Like, we got 0 clues, and as you heard, it's like Court of Owls, like, most people don't even seem to believe in them, so... Yeah, like... If Sherazard and Agate had split ways here from us, I would have A, been miffed that we don't get another new, just another addition to the party, and B, I would have been so confused what we're even supposed to be doing next. So, very good.
The plan is to have Shera and Agate investigate different areas separately. I would like for them to have a partner, though, just in case the society really is as dangerous as we think it is.
Oh no, I was hoping the 4 of us would be traveling. Well, this is a problem. Although, are we gonna get to pick? That'd be crazy if we get to pick. Like this game actually has branching pathways in that sense. That'd be nuts. Oh, I'm gonna guess though that we're gonna go with Shera and Annalise with Agate. It's my guess is how this is gonna go, just because of prior character relations. I'm not gonna be like angry if that's the case, but if they throw down here, choose your like member, and I'm gonna pick Shera in that case. But I'm just gonna be like duly impressed if that's the case,
Okay, so one of us helps Shera, and the other helps Agate?
Exactly. Are you willing to assist?
You bet we are. I was gonna go looking for the society on my own anyway, so this is perfect.
I want to help too. There's no way I can just sit there.
There. I've been talking way too long today. This episode's been going on crazy long with all the stuff,
There's no way I can just sit around when there's suspicious stuff going on.
Thank you. I'm glad we have the help.
Well then, the one remaining hurdle would be team formation. I'd be fine with either of you, really.
We all know each other, basically. You two figure out how it'll work out best.
Of course you'd have to push the decision onto us. What do you think, Annalise? How should we do this?
Well...
Let's see what happens. This is it, the moment.
This might be kinda irresponsible of me. But I think it might be best if you decide, Estelle.
What?
You've only been a full bracer for a little while, right? You probably haven't found your style as a bracer yet. So how about using this as a chance to see what kind of bracer you want to be?
Annalise?
Well, look at you, Annalise. When did you learn to talk like a professional?
Hehehe, leave it to me!
Either way, girl's got a point. Shera and I are the same rank, but the ways we fight are way different. I barely use arts except for support once in a while, and I focus more on cutting things down with my sword.
And I emphasize speed, the range of my whip, and orbital arts. You can't really go wrong with either of us, I think.
They actually are setting us up with a choice. This is bonkers.
Keep in mind that being a bracer involves much more than just fighting, though. Think hard and choose the partner you think matches you best.
Well, then Oh my god, This game, man! I am seeing why people love this shit, because imagine... Okay. If this game's insanely crazy, there will be 2 different scenarios completely depending on who you pick here, Shera or Agate. Now I'm suspecting you pick one or the other, but you just go through the same events, Like, let's say Agate goes to Zeiss and we go to Rouen with Shera. Maybe if you instead pick to go with Agate, then you and Agate would go to Rouen and Zeiss would be Shera and Annalise, and you do the same quest still. Like, it wouldn't be that insane that there's 2 entirely separate scenarios. And I would still be fine with that, even in that case, because this is still huge. Like, okay, well, gameplay-wise, as we heard, it's going to be very different depending on who we have. Like, the focus will be different. But also, you know, this game is so dialogue heavy and story heavy. Even if we go to the same place no matter who we pick, the dialogue's gonna be so different depending on, you know, which character we have. The scenarios, like, inside that bigger scope might be different. This is, like, really, really impressive that they put this here, and, you know, it's very... okay, unless they pull the plug on me, and somehow it's, like, very, like, unimpressive, you know, in terms... Like, somehow it's not that interesting. I'm just really amazed that, like, this kind of choice was put in here. This is kind of... This is why not voiced RPGs were so lovely back in the day. You know, like, this was the last of those kinds, really? You know, like, not fully voiced RPGs? You know, because you didn't have to record all that alternate dialogue, so you could write way more dialogue. So you could do, like, a bunch of, like, different scenarios depending on party composition. You didn't need to, like, record lines for all those scenarios, you know? So, like, Final Fantasy VII, it's a very linear plot. There's not a lot of branches there, but depending on what party members you have, you will have some different dialogue, sometimes a little bit of extra dialogue, you know, depending on who you have in your party. And it's like really, that really adds a replay value into a very linear game, just to, like, kind of mix and match your party to just see what kind of interesting, you know, quotes you get from everybody. And that kind of died away a little bit with when voice acting happened in video games. I really do think that's the reason. Like, the added amount of dialogue that would be recorded for all the voiced characters kind of blew that idea. So what they started doing RPGs after that is that basically the full party is always present, which means that there is no real room for option for, like, extra dialogue. You can see it in, like, Final Fantasy X, the very first fully voiced Final Fantasy, how everybody's always present, except for little story moments when the party splits up, obviously, but in general your whole party is always present, which means everybody's always contributing in every dialogue scene. Again, compared to the previous Final Fantasy IX, where, again, you just get some fun dialogue depending on who you have picked out for various moments. Although I feel like that one already started to do the thing of, like, everybody's here, so... I'm not saying that that didn't happen sometimes in the past, where it's like everybody's here, so you get everybody's dialogue. I'm just saying that this happened way more back in the day with these, like, split-up party member situations, and... Well, there's a lot of things I feel nostalgic about, and obviously, nostalgia is a bit of a fiendish curse, because, you know, there's so much that games have improved over the last 20 years, so... Would I trade all the improvements for some of these idiosyncrasies of the back in the day? No, I don't think I would, but, like, I do miss some of the things that were done by necessity back in that day that just aren't done anymore because various factors make it better to do it in a different way. And, you know, the splitting up the party and unique dialogue per party member is a thing that I really longingly remember. And, yeah, I hope the indie space, since indie space is all about making old-style games, I hope they pick up the slack and make these kinds of games that I'm wishing for. This is a selfish wish from me. I do not mean to impose on indie developers, but boy, would I wish that. No. I talked way too long here, guys, but this just, like, impressed me so much that this is in this game, so let's carry on. Yeah, I think I would want to pick Shera anyway. I think Estelle, I play rather CP-focused and, like, melee-focused anyway. Today's fight with the Jaeger, quote-unquote, was a fluke. But normally I play Estelle rather, like, melee-focused, so I think having Shera there as casting arts backup is a better choice. And I think story-wise, it's just a better match anyway. Although, man, the hijinks of like, Estelle being paired up with Agate would be really, really fun, too. So, this is a kind of a tough choice. I almost want to flip a coin on it, but I had already kind of committed on Shera, so I'm just going to go with that. Sorry to anybody, if somebody at home knows that the Estelle-Agate route is really hilarious and fun, I'm sorry about that. We lost out on that today. We lost out on that Agate Bros. It's all about Shera now, but whatever. You know, so it goes.
I thought so. Well then, we'll work together. I'll be expecting great things from our newest full bracer, mind.
Ugh, I think I made a mistake.
So that means I'll go with Agate. I'll do my best, I promise.
I'll be counting on you.
Anyway, now that that's sorted, the next step is figuring out how we're gonna wander the country looking for shadows.
Any thoughts, Elnan? Possibly. I would suggest beginning by going to help the regions with the busiest branches. In fact, I just received pleas for aid from the Ruan and Bose branches today. Rather desperate-sounding ones at that. That makes sense with both Grant and Karna being away.
Annalise, you're familiar with Bose, right?
Well, duh! I am a Bose kid after all.
We'll handle the junk at the Bose branch then.
Okay, sounds like, what I was saying earlier, like no matter what, you go to Ruan here, depending on who you pick, and Annalise goes to Bose. Because that's the reasoning here. Again, not complaining about that. Just the fact that you have a character choice here, which means that you have choice changes in the upcoming dialogue and cutscenes, even that is super impressive to me. So, I'm not miffed by this like twist here, you know?
I've got some business up that way anyhow.
That's right! Your hometown is Ravenue Village. Need to make a quick trip home?
Something like that.
We'll head to the Ruan branch then. Is that alright with you, Estelle? Of course! Man, I wonder how everyone in Ruan is doing. I'll contact the branches ahead of your arrival. Be careful, everyone! That was a lot, but we're still not done with the cutscenes, aye?
Right then. We'll head out ahead of you two. Yo, Estelle.
Huh? What?
There'll be times when you gotta put your foot down, be stubborn, and push yourself, but remember, you're a woman too. You can rely on others and admit your weaknesses.
What? What the hell? Are you making fun of me because I'm a girl?
No, that ain't... Damn it, I'm bad at this. Look, men are big dumb oafs who are too friggin' stubborn to ask for help for their own good, 95% of the time. Me, your old man, Joshua. We're all like that. Society kinda expects it, you know.
Man, freaking truth bombs Agate's throwing here. And also being a real, introspective guy here. I appreciate it.
We're all stubborn idiots, for better or for worse. You can't change that no matter what you do. The point is, there's no reason for you, a woman, to get stuck thinking like that. Don't forget to ask others for help when you need it. You've got a lot of friends out there. Make use of them.
Yeah, Estelle is, of course, quite the tomboy, so yeah, I guess this pep talk's good, but of course Estelle has really been changing since the events of the last game, so, I think she'll be fine. Agate. I'll remember that. Thanks. Oh. Showing off your soft side for once, Agate? I'll give an A for effort, at least.
Yeah, hell to Presses. I need to get my jaw off the floor. Even Agate can be nice to girls. Sorta. Hydeos does grant miracles.
The heck that's supposed to mean?
It's a joke, really. Guess this is goodbye for now, Estelle.
Annalise, thanks for going with me on my training. Shara asked you to come along with me, right? Oh, that would have been more like, Shara asked you to come along. Damn it, hold on. Shara asked you to come along with me, right?
I've been found out like a pie thief in the night. Shara said having someone who didn't know Joshua too well around would help you sort out your feelings. So yeah, she asked me.
I thought so. What the? Don't tell her everything.
Hey, what's wrong with being upfront at this point, right? But the real truth is, it wasn't just that. I did want to train myself too. And I really do think I learned a lot by training with you, Estelle. So I've got to say it too. Thank you.
Annalise.
Okay, deep breaths. I know you might think I'm weird for saying this, but... I like to think we're already friends, but, well, I'd like it if you and me, Estelle, if we became something more.
Oh my god, this would be such a bombshell. I'm gonna assume this is some kind of fake out because what? Yeah, exactly. What? What? Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No! Don't try to stop me, Shara! I'm serious. I'm absolutely sure about this.
Serious? Oh my. Really? Right here? In public? You have got to be freaking kidding me.
I know I'm a couple years older than you, Estelle, but we've totally spent about the same amount of time in the guild, and you know what? Age doesn't matter when it comes to something like this. So, what do you think?
I'm really happy and I think my heart is racing out of my chest, but this is kind of a surprise to say the least. Besides, there's, Joshua, and there's kind of some issues on a couple of fronts, or more than a couple, or rather, I don't,
Joshua? What does he have to do with this? And what problems would there be on a couple's fronts if we became rivals?
Okay, yeah. I knew the game would go that hard. I would have been like 100% in on it if this was if this was where the game was going, but I kind of sussed out. This is what would be happening this game, man. Rivals?
Yeah. We're about the same age, about equal in skill level. I thought it'd help us both try to reach even higher, but you don't actually like the idea, do you?
That's what you meant. Okay. As unpredictable as always, I see. Not quite the punchline I was expecting.
Punchline?
Well, if that's what you meant. Alright then. I, Estelle Bright, hereby recognize you as my rival, Annalise Elfide. Consider the gauntlet thrown! In your face, even!
Sweet! Alright, step 1. A race to see which one of us can reach Agate and Shara's level first.
Bring it on, Sword Brain! I'll leave you eating my bracer point dust. Oh, boy. I do believe we are in for some amount of peril, my good Mr. Krosner. Seriously. Nothing scarier than a couple of kids charging straight ahead.
This is the final boarding call for the Cecilia, bound for Roland. All passengers, please embark immediately.
Hey, that's our cue. Alright then. See ya. Remember, if you find anything, contact us through the guild. We'll do the same.
Of course.
See you, Annalise, Agate. Stay safe. Yeah, good luck, Estelle.
Ooh, they vanished. Oh, I see, because we're not supposed to be there. Our character model is, again, widescreen, showing up there. I do love it when that happens. Wind's looking good. Look at that windsock. Alrighty then. Yeah, this feels a little awkward. Okay then. Should we finish our check-in and wait for the next Rouen-bound flight?
Yes, the ship bound for Rouen should be arriving soon. We could also do some shopping here in the capital, though. It's your first time back in a month, after all.
Nah, that's fine. I can get what I need in Rouen. let's finish checking in. Alright. I don't know why it was spelled like that. That might have been a spelling mistake. But I'm just going to put on a big what there.
The ticket should be available in the lobby of the Landing Port Company building.
Let's go! Finally, I can call it. I've been waiting so long. I was like, well, the Jaeger fight went long. I'll make like 10 minutes longer than usual. And then 10 minutes became 20. And now we're 40 minutes past my usual episode length. Wow. So I have a lot of thoughts, but we're so long here that I can't get into them. So it's been great. This was super cool. Yeah, the training arc was okay. But all the revelations, these cutscenes and these gags and this stuff happening. Oh, one thing I do want to know before we call it. Alright, we got our orbment slots here. And then we have Shara. Oh, thank goodness, she's coming with her own blue healing one. I was like, did Anale steal our... I don't know if she stole them, but a bunch of our orbments. I think I lost a bunch of orbments with Anale's. Anale's! Ah! Yeah, I'll think about that. That's not. I just wanted to see if we had some healing orbments on us. So super good. Catch you all next time. Bye.